Today on CrossGen Friends, Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks, lengthy gameplay demos, and 2 guests on the show. Good time zone, Gen Friends, and welcome to CrossGen Friends, your gaming, pop culture, and tech podcast with a multi-generational point of view. I am Joe Russa, and with me, definitely not always, are two of the finest gentlemen you will ever meet. First, we have Mr. Lord Cognito himself, the Lord of the Dukes, the Duke of the Lords, the man who runs the Iron Lords themselves and the Iron Lords podcast. Cog, how are you, sir?
Doing good, brother. Doing good. I'm glad to be here, cross-genning it. And yeah, man.
Glad to have you.
Long overdue.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff going on, but absolutely good to be here. And some familiar faces, which I'm very happy to see.
Absolutely, yes. And second, we have Mr. Ebontis, the only man in the games industry who goes by a single letter, E. How you doing,
E.
my man? Just E.
I can thank
E,
Cognito
thank you.
for that one half the time, but everybody's like, what is your, just go with one letter. It's easier. No. I'm doing good. Always enjoy chatting games, so happy to be here.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys joining me. So as our audience will see, Byron is not here this week. He is actually visiting his son who goes to college in DC. So he is visiting and checking out with his wife for a weekend. So he was not going to make it in time. He said, hey, not going to make it. If you need to get some guests or something, feel free to do so. I said, yeah, let me see. And Ebontis, you had happened to just like a week ago put out a call to action to invite you to podcasts.
Yeah. Ask and sometimes you shall receive. So
exactly. Right. So I thought we've got Ebontis and Lord Cognito, my brother, and he is best friends with Ebontis. Would you be fair to say you guys best friends? I would call you that.
We're pretty tight.
Pretty tight.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You can't do 300 episodes and not be close
tight.
to something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
exactly.
That's not happening.
Yeah, I was never a last word watcher because I was never a big Destiny guy, but I really enjoyed the two of you on Defining Duke when Ebontis was guest hosting a couple months back. That was really good, and I thought this is
I'm not guest hosting, just guesting.
Guesting, sure.
Not gonna take that honor away from anybody.
Well, I thought it was a fun dynamic, and I thought it would be nice to bring you both on here and have a nice chat. So that's how we ended up where we are. So how are you both doing? You're both doing well? Everything's good? Cog, you got some plans coming up, right?
Yeah,
no, nothing really, right?
Nah,
just a pretty calm week ahead.
Just easy weekend.
Yeah.
Nothing but Cologne, Germany for the first time. And
there you go.
planning, all these things that I'm just, not for being my first Gamescom. So I'll be moving at 100 miles an hour, brother. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. But it's a good busy. It's exciting. It's cool opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But also it's a learning, right? And it's a learning process of time zone culture, showcases, appointments, that kind of thing. So I'm excited. There's a lot of cool things lined up, and I can't wait to see how it is. Japan was my first time last year, Germany this year, and again, all thanks to the community. So we're super blessed to be able to go.
Yeah, that's great. You can finally say Gesundheit and mean it in the right language, right?
Yes. And I'll get my schnitzel and all this other good stuff.
Yeah,
and that special beer y'all was telling me about, I got to get. And, it's going to be a fun time.
Oh, I'm sure everybody's telling you what to do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The food plans to eat.
You got plenty of help. Yeah, you got plenty of help.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason Polanski. Shout out to a lot of people that's like, oh, we're going to take care. You're going to do Germany proper.
Yeah. Are you going, Ebontis? Are you heading over that way too, or no?
No, not making it this year. SGF this year was my first trip out to any game convention, and it was awesome. But also, it was like the intimate, private creator / press version, and then Cognito's doing the exact opposite, which is like 300,000 people, pure German chaos. Basically, all of Europe, I swear, goes there. So it's I took the baby step in, and that was probably the right step for me this year. And honestly, right now, being as I'm in the middle of a few things, timing wise, I would be missing out on stuff I'd be trying to do. So
and that was my first time going to any gaming thing as a press as well, and that's where we met. So that was it was great. It was a really fun experience. I had a good time doing that. I hope to have time to do it next year as well. Now, fellas, we have a little tradition on this show where we each talk about something from the week that we enjoyed, that made us happy. So I have a question for you. What's your happy place this week? Cog, you want to start?
Yeah, man. Just finally getting back to consistency at the gym. Man. I've been so happy. Most of you know that listen to Finally Duke. I had a tooth extraction, and it was not easy. You know what I'm saying? And I had a recovery period, and I kind of broke the rules a little bit, went to the gym a little earlier than I expected to. But
this is one of those things that really, it's like everybody's like, "Oh, I had this thing happen." It's like, well, did you do what they told you not to do? Yeah, okay,
yeah. Look, I couldn't, bro. I had to stop going to the gym almost like 3 or 4 days before. Then I do the procedure. Then they're like, no running. And I'm like, okay, so I've been sitting all day, podcasting all day. And I'm like, I'm not going to try to get fat. So I'm like, I can't do cardio. I got to do something. So I went in slow and controlled machine, only very light. Because what it is, I guess they don't want you to get the blood vessels going. And
straining.
Yeah.
I've had sinus surgery. So
yeah. And clenching and all that. So I was just like, nope, we're going egoless, super light. Just to get the blood going. That's all it was. But I am actually 100% now. And the happy part is
that's great.
Being able, because I had a fear of actually chewing on the side of the extraction. And it felt weird. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, this feel weird. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, so I finally, you graduated to your rices, your noodles. And then when I had my first kind of like, real meal, I had a little confidence. So I'm feeling good. Tooth is back. I mean, not back, but the teeth are feeling good. So I'm excited for Germany now.
It's funny because I had the opposite. I had a tooth implant done. One of my teeth didn't have a baby tooth under it when I was just born. When I came into this world, there was no baby tooth, so they had to extract it no adult tooth under the baby tooth. And baby teeth are bigger in your mouth; they don't fit around adult teeth. So my orthodontist was like, "We have to take it out, or you're gonna mess up all of your teeth over there." So I was like, "All right." And I'm like a teenager, maybe 13, 14. And they're like, "All right, taken out, gone. We're going to put a space maintainer in there so it holds the space open for you, and then you can get an extraction." Fast forward 15 years later, I finally decided to get the tooth put in.
Oh, man.
So I just had a gap in my teeth. It was a molar. It was like it was a big one.
Wow. Okay.
Just holding it there for like 15 years. Then I was eating a Starburst one day, and the space thing popped off. Like the chewy Starburst.
Yeah.
The snacks. The maintainer just popped off with the chewy stickiness. I was like, well,
yep.
I guess I got to get something put in there. And then the same thing, you can't do anything on that side. So you're like very carefully focusing on the other side of the mouth. Yeah.
Bro,
it's Gotta listen to what the doctors tell you to do. Dentists, the doctors do follow the instructions.
I was good 90% of the way. 90% of the way I was good. Then I got antsy during the recovery period. And I was like,
oh my God, this is people that was like 5 years ago. Just stay inside and don't do anything. No, I must go do. Really, guys, just literally sit inside for a week. It's not that hard. This is your excuse to like binge a TV show. God forbid.
I binged the two things I binged in that time, just for the conversation, because it's here. It's so funny and total opposite ends of the spectrum. I watched all of Pokemon Sun and Moon for some reason. I don't know why. And then I watched all of The West Wing for the first time.
Okay. Solid show.
Not even remotely connected to one another.
No, that's just what's on.
You got shows caught up.
It did. It was fun.
Nice.
All right, E, what about you? What's your happy place, my friend?
It just kind of depends when everything's like kind of chaotic, depending on what the week is. We're frying down here. I don't know what the weather's like where you guys are, but oh my God, it's 105 on the forecast for the next week.
Damn, Texas.
The problem with I looked this up too, because I moved here in 92 or 3 the first time, and I was like 4th grade on through high school. I lived here and then I moved away.
I was bored.
Yeah, sad. I'm a little older than you.
We're old.
Yeah, we're a little older.
This is CrossGen Friends. The whole point is the dynamic of
the whole point is to make somebody feel old. On
yes,
this podcast.
The whole point is the age shame. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, but when we came looking for houses, I moved from California. It was like Sacramento. I was there for a few years. We moved around a few times, but came here, and it's in the middle of summer, and we're looking at houses, and I'm dying. But it's like I've lived back here for a long time now. I've been married with my wife in this house. We've been in this house for 14 years. And it's worse than it normally feels like. It feels like the humidity's a little bit more in the morning. Like heat's a little bit more.
Wow.
And I actually looked it up.
Okay.
And I'm not crazy, because due to like the size of the Metroplex getting bigger, it's more of a concrete, just slab surface, more reservoirs being made. More rooftops for the holding in the heat. And then there was like one other factor, and I can't remember that one, but it's all of that together. It's just holding the heat in and the humidity. It's like I'll see places it's like, oh, it gets like 105 here, but it's like you guys get to drop temperature. Our low is like 82.
Damn.
The AC does not shut off.
Wow.
It just runs. So it's like
electric bills.
Not fun. I mean, granted, Texas is separate from the grid for its ups and downs for that. So our electric bills, thank God, are not some of the prices. But still, it's one of those. So it's like when we get done, it's like, so whether it's my wife's working from home that day or at work, we'll go to the gym, or we've been actually working out in the mornings, which has been a journey in itself. I used to all the time, but it's still just different. And then finally, like sitting home on the couch, and we've just watched a couple shows recently, finally getting back into starting up a couple, watched Lanterns this week a little bit, and a couple other ones, just like sitting there, whether it's the dogs on the couch, dogs in somebody's lap, or just the 5 of us sitting together. So just the packs together, just kind of chilling. It's like just that kind of point in the day is always a nice one.
Yeah. Where are you at in Texas exactly?
Dallas area.
Dallas. Okay. Big, my buddy who's actually going to be the best man at my wedding next year. He's in Dallas now. Yeah. So he is like Flower Mound.
Yep.
If that means anything.
Yeah, I know where it is. Dallas, everybody's heard of. It's like if I tell you the small city, you're like, huh? So
yeah, exactly.
I have to say Dallas is much easier.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, his wife is from there, and her whole family lives there. And so when they got together, he commuted long distance relationship from Georgia, from Atlanta, for like 5 years.
Oh wow!
Before they finally got married, because his job wouldn't transfer him. He had to be transferred to get over there. Okay. Yeah. So
they tested 5 years long term. That's a pretty
real.
Solid commitment. Yeah.
Yeah. Long term is not easy. Long distance is not easy. Excuse me.
Yeah. Long term's not easy either. Sometimes
that is true. That is true as well.
So he's very, very new to that area. I was just there. That's where I was for his wedding earlier in the year. So it was nice. I really liked it over there. When my fiance Jing, when she was she's looking for work, applying for work right now, I said, Dallas in Texas isn't the worst place that you could look. And so where does she end up finding a potential opportunity? Yeah. McAllen, Texas. And I was like, that is not what I said.
That wasn't on the Fago card.
That's not the same. That's not the same. No, that's one of those things about Dallas. Like I was like, where would you like to retire? And it's like, like long term, way down the road, where would you like to end up? It's like, I will say though, like when it comes to like Dallas, we have a decent amount of stuff, but I will tell you, it's like you got the coast, you got your LA, your San Francisco, you got your New York for food. But I will say Dallas, the food options we have, we are actually pretty spoiled by, between really good barbecue, really good steakhouses, and a good mix of other like really top restaurants. Like it's not your LA and it's like New York's got is, but it's like for one of the few other places with a lot of food, I was like, I enjoy being here for that. It's nice.
Yeah, I love individual like local restaurants and whatnot too, but there are certain chains that just they're chain restaurants that people just really love to have nearby, and I was so pleased when I saw that you guys in Dallas have like Crack Boba, which is a really good boba place. If you're like
I think my wife mentioned that one at some point. You have a Crack Boba, and then you also have Potbelly Sandwich Shop, which is my favorite sandwich. Ooh. They do hot sandwiches. They're Chicago originating, and they're around the country. They're really good hot sandwich. Yep, and you have a Micro Center for computer parts. Like, how do you beat that, right? I do have that.
We got one. Yeah. We got one. Yeah. Jersey, we got one now. We got one.
Do you have one now?
Yes.
That's like,
I love that.
That saved me on my recent, but like before prices went crazy, my motherboard kind of crapped out. I drove over there, picked up that, and ended up getting a new processor and some RAM before everything went sideways. And man, I'm glad I did, because I'm like, I'm living with this for a while now.
When I lived in Brooklyn, Cog, I was in like downtown Brooklyn or like Sheepshead Bay, and then the Micro Center in Brooklyn's Red Hook, and I'm like, I'm not near this at all, and there's no way to get over there either. It's like 3 buses and a train.
Yeah, probably good you ain't go to Red Hook. Fair.
No,
just
exactly
for reference.
It sounds like I shouldn't go there either.
Yeah, red both. Yeah, y'all persuasion. Not Red Hook. No. I'm glad it did work out for you.
Especially if you went to Micro Center and you're walking out with a bag of computer parts, you may not. You may not get that far.
Brownsville, Red Hook, Best not so much. Certain areas will come up though. Salute to y'all.
Well, if I'm ever lost somewhere in New York, I'm calling Cobb.
Yeah, you call
like,
me.
How do I go?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I've spent my fair share of time in the Bed-Stuy region. It's just down the road from downtown Brooklyn. Right. It's straight down Atlantic and that way over there.
Downtown, Brooklyn.
Stay on the main road.
Atlantic. Yeah, right in the epicenter of the police my man. There you go.
Don't look down the alleys.
I did one time with a friend of your persuasion, Ka, go to a club in Harlem. That was an experience. That was that was different, I have to say.
Harlem is lit. Harlem is lit.
It is, yeah.
I will say Harlem is probably the most now correct term, gentrified, you know, same kind of thing. So it's just like it is completely different than how Harlem used to be. There was a time when Harlem you couldn't, but there's certain parts. But Harlem, for the most part, I would say safety levels are at high.
Yeah, my dad was, you know, at NYPD in Harlem in that era when it wasn't quite so safe, and he always talks because his music taste is so different from mine. Because I like, you know, all sorts of different things. I like, you know, rock and pop music and country music and stuff. And my dad really loved rap music a lot. And I said, Dad, why? How do you get into rap music? Like, how'd that happen? He goes, well, when I was patrolling in the patrol car in Harlem, you either had the rap music or the Spanish music. Facts. So he just picked one.
Fact, 100%. You got Harlem, you got Spanish Harlem. You got some of the biggest rappers in the world. Hip hop classics are Harlem. I went Cameron and Mace. I went to school. I went to Manhattan Center High School. They were a year ahead of me. So like Harlem is the epicenter of culture and fashion. So yeah, hip hop has strong. Next to the Bronx, Bronx, Harlem. Yeah, Brooklyn, Queens, probably the ranking as far as like hip hop, you know, influence.
Yeah. Well, for my happy place this week, I am, as everyone who watches our show, the few regulars we have know, this is my parents' basement. I come here and record when I'm for periodically holidays and things, but this time I'm actually grandma and puppy sitting. Oh. My parents are on a cruise from Iceland. They left from Reykjavik and they're going through Iceland and they're stopping in Greenland and then they're going to end in Boston. So they're doing a transatlantic cruise. Nice. I think it's like 12 days or something like that. So I'm here for a solid 2 weeks taking care of the family and having a grand old time with my parents' husky mix mutt dog. You have huskies, right? Right,
I have 3. I got 3 huskies.
Yeah, she's a mutt, but husky is. They did the DNA test on her, and she's like mostly husky in there. So
I love the huskies. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, she's very cute. Yeah. She does the spin around thing. Like apparently huskies like spin when they're like excited. They like jump and spin around in circles.
They have their crazy moments. A lot of dogs will, but I mean, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. And then she does the ruff ruff, you know, ready to go. And I take her out, and she's. I grew up with a lab, with a black lab, and so for me it was always throw the ball, she brings it back, you have fun, you know, you're playing fetch with her. This is throw the ball and then you just chase her around until she gets tired. There's no retrieve, there's no here.
Really?
Yeah, there's
no. We had I'm trying to remember if Raya fetch. No, huskies don't fetch. They'll
really?
Midnight will catch.
Okay.
And he'll play. He's the one who actually played tug of war with me.
Mm-hmm. What about Enzo? Enzo don't fetch?
No, they don't care about fetch. They're not wasting their time. They're like, why do you know?
So when you throw the ball, they just look at it?
They're just like, sure. Now, granted, there's a few times in our backyard where I'll throw it and like we'll do it a couple times.
Yeah.
But it's like 2 or 3. It's not like where you're gonna wear a dog out over and over
like
and over.
Human.
No, yeah, we did this a couple times. I'm done with that. Like, no, we always joke that Raya, we lost her like a couple of years ago, but we always joke with that she was like a rocket scientist reborn into that dog's body, just looking at us like, you morons. Like, yeah, huskies they're smarter than you give them credit for. Sometimes they're stubborn as hell, but that kind of goes in line with it.
I'll throw a pretzel at Gracie, and it'll just like bop her in the nose, and she'll be like, "What'd you do that for?" And she'll pick it up and eat it.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yep.
All right. Right, so let's move into the news. How about we give this a start? I'll start off this week because we have to talk with the biggest news of the week, the Grand Theft Auto 6 leaks, right? I mean, come on. A malefactor known as CyberLeak has seemingly gotten the entire game access to it somehow. I have not seen the leaks. In fact, it caused me to mute all mention of the game from my social media because I don't want to see it. But it appears that the leak is legit. Purportedly, it showed things like Jason, one of the protagonists, playing a minigame as well as driving scene that ends in a fist fight. I won't say more, and I didn't do more research because I want to avoid the spoilers, but the group claiming responsibility says it was done in retaliation for the digital-only release of the game. That was per an article I saw on Video Games Chronicles website. So what do you guys think? Have you seen the leaks? Have you guys looked at any of this stuff?
I peeked. I peeked. Did you peek?
I did not peek. Something came up and I was like, oh, I think that's the game. And you know, I just on social, I'm like, I'm good. So I kind of purposely been staying away, but I've been, you know, on the periphery kind of tracking the story. But based on what you've seen, I guess I'm curious.
I mean, basically, it's what you would pick. It's Grand Theft Auto stuff. That's why I was like, this is also where I put myself even before I saw these couple things, but it's what I expect. It's like, I played some Grand Theft Auto 5. It's like, you know, the story was, I never got really hooked into the online, but I'm like, I'm still waiting for Grand Theft Auto to actually, like, get me. Now, granted, the whole Bonnie and Clyde, more of a love story as opposed to the three crazy dudes working together, has a much better shot, actually, at getting me, personally, than, like, the three guys and the, you know, their different stories. But, like, I'll sit here and we'll talk about, like, the games you play, like, action games or Forza Racing or whatever, and it's like, I mean, Grand Theft Auto tends to try and be the jack of all trades, but it's hard to be a master of any of that when there's so much packed into the game. Granted, 13 years and infinite money, we'll see. But I will say, from what I peeked and saw, without saying too much, looks like Grand Theft Auto. And the Grand Theft Auto style of activities that are less savory may have occurred, and that's kind of all I will say. But it's like that you could say that about any Grand Theft Auto game, and that's kind of like where I'll leave it without making sure I don't get, you know, sniped out of like
you
the
don't want Strauss is outside.
No,
you don't want Strauss to hit you, man. Be careful out here.
But it's like it looks Ninjas like, and the Strauss Zelnick Assassins.
Oh, the Zelnick Assassins say they're playing no games out here. Cease and desist.
Don't mess with Nintendo's legal team, GTA, and Disney.
That's why I can't wait to speak to you on this, because I based on your background and your perspective, I'm curious about, you know, I'm more concerned about the legality and what could happen. You know what I'm saying?
So that's all I got is like, looks like what I thought some of it might. So
it totally depends on how they access this. So no matter what, they are not supposed to share it. They're subject to cease and desists, and they could probably be sued for copyright infringement and whatnot. And then the question really becomes, how did they get it? Because accessing data that is not yours in a computer is a very serious federal crime, like a super duper serious federal crime that you can go to jail for very long for. And that's not like, you know, there was the one hacker who was UK based that the last time that GTA got leaked or whatever. If this is an American group or an American that's doing it, like, the laws are totally different over here for that sort of thing, and they are even more serious. It's remarkable. So we'll see what happens if they can figure it out, because they seemingly are very good at doing this. I mean, they got that. If they got the whole game out somehow, I mean, I saw that subpoenas had been issued to Microsoft and Discord.
Yes.
Or was it EA? Yeah.
No, you may be right. Discord and something else.
Discord,
it was Discord. Yeah, I think it was Discord.
No, you're right.
For the sharing of it, and that subpoenas carry legal weight. You have to comply with subpoenas from the court, so they're gonna have to turn over the records that you know, of whatever they requested, whatever the subpoena was for. It could be usernames, user identities, contact information, all that stuff, because somehow this information is stored and disseminated, and someone somewhere knows who it is. It's got to be somewhere. So if you're going to comply with court orders, that's how you're going to find out. And we'll see. We'll see what happens with it, because they could be really good and cover their tracks and whatnot, but the fact that they were so bold as to be like, yeah, this is it. I did see someone shared a screenshot, not of the game, but of the guy, the leaker group. With the credits, like saying that that's it, finished, rolled credits in GTA 6. Like that.
Had not seen that. The only thing I saw is they actually had enough of a control or like a working build to spell out basically their username for these leaks.
I saw that, yeah.
That's the thing. They spelled LEEKS specifically with a gun to say like, yeah, we actually have something that we have control over.
Yep, I saw that, and I sent the screenshot of just like, you know, developed by Rockstar, like just the very start of the credit screen of what it would look like with the Rockstar title on, or name on it. Yeah,
I feel like some games you can also access the credits from the start, so I wonder if they messed with that
true.
Too.
That could be. But yeah, so just a crazy story here, right on the cusp of the extended look on Netflix or whatever, which that's a ridiculous thing.
6 hours, isn't that it? 6 hours and it's going to YouTube.
6 hours, exclusivity. Yeah, this has ramifications. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Joe.
No, I was just saying, I have a Netflix subscription already, so like I'll watch it on there, but I wouldn't have subscribed to it to watch it. That's crazy.
I think more people will subscribe to Nintendo Online to play Duskbloods this weekend than people will subscribe to Netflix and then wait 6 hours.
Yeah, that could be.
I know because I played for Duskbloods.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
Nice.
Okay. I've honestly thought I had Nintendo just left on because it's $20. I honestly thought and apparently it lapsed, so that's why.
Yeah, you like change your credit card or something.
That's probably what it is actually.
But this was a crazy story to just see happen like this. Rockstar's pretty good about not being leaked. If they don't leak much. I mean, it's like 1 year for how long this game has been in development, right? Like,
we know
that we
so
don't
little.
know more.
Yeah, we know so little. People are pre-ordering without gameplay. It's like, come on.
Yeah. I didn't pre-order. I don't have any reason to pre-order. It's a digital only game.
Yeah, that's same. Like I said, it's a wild time, and this game, we know the impact. I'm similar to E in the sense of like I am not what I would consider like a GTA guy per se, because it's one of those things. I have analysis by paralysis. So much you could do. I end up doing nothing, and then I don't advance the story and kind of thing. But I will say, because of the zeitgeist moment, I do want to get involved with this, because I want to see if it meets the hype, so to speak. I want to know what are the things, because I mean, at the end of the day,
what's $1 billion game look like?
Exactly,
kind of,
and also from their pedigree with Red Dead Redemption 2, right? I do want to see what's and which is beloved, right? So even though I'm not the GTA guy, I want to see the advancements that they do in this space. But also, like you talked about, Joey, like the thing that is really surprising to me is that they were right on the cusp of this Netflix deal, and I know it's controversial, but at the end of the day, it's like, it is a big moment for gaming to be into that audience. Even though us, don't have that. Some of us have Netflix subscriptions. Some of us don't care. People are going to wake up the 300, million subscribers that they have.
Something like that.
Right. They're going to wake up to a pop-up screen of Grand Theft Auto 6. And a lot of people are going to say, hey, what is this? Like what, and I think that's the bet. And to think about, I guess I think about the financial aspect of how much did Netflix pay for this 6-hour window, and the fact that they targeted this game as something that they want to attach themselves to. So I thought that was interesting. And obviously, the marketing rights that Strauss and these guys got. So that to me is what's the most interesting. How much does this leak affect that quote unquote exclusivity trailer arrangement, and how much money is lost? That to me is very interesting.
There's gonna be, most likely, because the Take-Two lawyers are good, but the Netflix lawyers are just as good as the Take-Two lawyers, there's going to be something in that contract that says if there's some sort of breach, if there's some sort of reveal, if there's some sort of, if the information that is we've been promised gets out in a fashion that is not us, there's probably some sort of reparation or refund of some amount. I doubt it's the whole thing, but there would most likely be a contractual obligation to give some of the money back. Because
Netflix has got that win taken out of their sales already.
Yeah, because when you're paying that much money, whatever it was, I heard something like $100 million. I don't know if that was true or not, but I'd heard like some crazy amount of money. When you're paying that, you don't go into that without when you're the size of Netflix. If you're a little guy, you don't have any power whatsoever. But if you're the size of Netflix and the size of Take-Two, and you're loggerhead lawyers are going at it, there's going to be some sort of reparation of if something were to go wrong, what happens? How do we resolve this? Netflix is right, mutual assurance, exactly. Netflix is getting something for this, and if Netflix is no longer getting the thing that they were promised, the exclusive information, they probably have a contingency plan in there. I can't guarantee it. I don't know the contract, but they should. That would be the logical thing to do when you're spending that kind of money. You have a contingency plan in there.
But it's like
particularly when it's two big entities like that.
Yeah. When it comes around, if they ever actually find the person, they say, what are the costs? What are the damages? If that gets calculated in the damages, that person's going to break.
Yeah, and copyright infringement actually has a treble damages thing. You can get 3 times the actual damages under copyright law.
Wow.
For copyright infringement, it's a lot of money.
Wow, yeah. This goes down a rabbit hole, for sure.
It does. It does for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually am a GTA guy. I love Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is on my top 10 list of all time. I think that game is truly phenomenal, and I believe that Grand Theft Auto 5 is overrated for how good it is, because it is a good game.
Okay, so
but
a buddy
it's not
of
as
mine
good
also
as San Andreas.
Well, a buddy of mine was like, I want to get back to the Vice City days. So it's funny how you said San Andreas, he said Vice City. There's not a lot of people that I see. There's the online role playing that people do and stuff like that, but it's like I don't see as much love for 5 as I do for Vice City 3, like most of the other ones previously. So that's why I was like, if they can get back, as you said, to kind of those types of stories or something, that's where I think the Bonnie and Clyde has a really good chance at that.
It does.
I think that's
I like that aspect.
Yeah,
I like that pairing because
my issue on 5 is that they clearly stopped the full development of it to focus on online. Like the heists were clearly designed to have more single player components to it, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to do this with other people. I don't have friends. I want to play by myself.
You two are the same there.
Yeah,
oh boy, the single player bros. Here we go.
Definitely, but yeah, I think that this. I mean, the interesting thing about their marketing is they keep saying this is a single player game, a single player game. I'm sure you've heard that, like in their announcement, they were like the single player game, Grand Theft Auto 6. Like they're focusing on that. They clearly put time and money into the single player of this, and I hope that it lives up to the expectations.
Well, the big question then is like GTA Online, and then it's like I hear rumors if there's like a subscription for that, if that launches in December, is that gonna like if that's a bomb that if they drop GTA Online and be like, hey, look what's coming in February. If they drop GTA Online in February, can you imagine?
And everybody that ran in November to run into that napalm in February. Oh my God.
Now, granted, everybody thinks it's probably going to be about a month. That's why December is also an absolute ghost town. And I think January has like one game. But can you truly imagine if there were just like, what about February?
Yeah, no,
that would mess up.
I was going to ask you, Joe, because again, you're entrenched in it. So my question to you is like, generally, what's the cadence with online? Do you?
I don't know anything about online. Like that's not your
wheelhouse.
That's not my wheelhouse.
Right, but do you remember when it dropped? After
I think it was like it was 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 to 4 weeks off.
Pretty short window. Okay.
Yeah.
It was really short. I remember the online focus trailer they did. Like they did the one, like they talked all about single player, and then they had GTA Online with the British voice actress lady who who does their trailers and their narration. Yeah, I remember that pretty clearly. But yeah, I dipped in for maybe like a few hours in online, but it was on the PS3 still, and I was like, this is terrible, and then I left and never went back because
that's how long that game's been out.
Slow.
It's PS3 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
No, 360 and then one.
Hilarious.
And then so crazy.
But all right, that's enough for GTA 6 talk today. Let's move on to the next story. Cog, I believe this is yours.
Yeah, man, I'm excited. So like I said, one of my favorite games, as many know, is Demio. And again, when I was at my time at Meta, I'll be honest, I was literally, I would call myself a VR hater. But in the beginning, I'm like, okay, I want to bring gaming sensibilities to you guys. And I know you guys are all about the metaverse and the Horizon Worlds and all that stuff. And I was recommended, shout out to the great Bill Stillwell, who was there at the time. He said, I got a game for you, Cog. And I'm like, okay, it's called Demio. And it's kind of like tabletop turn-based. And the best way I can describe it is if like a board game came to VR, but it was turn-based, so a little bit of card action and 4-player cooperative, and I just got addicted to this thing. I was like, this is the perfect format. I love this game. This game is so addictingly good. And the only negative I would say about the original Demio was just that it didn't have any kind of a narrative. It was just like, you get in there for friends, you dungeon crawl, you get the loot, and that'd be kind of it. So then when Battlemark came out, and they announced it, and they was like, "Oh, Wizards of the Coast, they're doing a D&D collaboration." So now I hit Joe, I'm like, "Yo, this is right up," because I am not the D&D guy. I am the epitome of not being, as you know, Ebontis, our also co-host, Travis. He's D&D. Like, remember we was at his wedding? They got D&D going on. Yeah. I'm like, yo,
you got to go. I didn't get to go.
True, but it's like
I wanted to.
We know of his D&D love, right?
Oh no, he's tabletop. Yeah, tabletop D&D board game, all that stuff.
Blood on the Clock Tower is his big thing. He talks about,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah. So I'm in his world, but it was perfectly Joe because it was kind of like this was like D&D training wheels. You know what I'm saying, for me. So ever since I played this game, I've been an advocate. I think they have something fantastic. I love the classes. I love everything that they got going on in the level up system and now a narrative. And then obviously, the co-op stuff that continues on. So obviously, we and you have played. And one of my biggest problems with them at first was, hey, it needs to be on console. It needs to be on PC. And each year there's been a gradual, inclusion of a new platform. And this was the year. And finally, my beloved Xbox was late to the party.
So late.
Like, I'm just like, what is going on? PlayStation was first, right? And they had PSVR 2 and in the VR, in the base model, the pancake version. Then I believe Switch was next. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So finally they made the announcement. So yeah, September 22nd.
Blame it on the Series S.
That's fair. I'm gonna give Asha some credit here. When Asha came around, all of a sudden it happened. I was just joking. But all jokes aside, like I'm just so happy that Xbox finally gets to play one of my favorite games. There's gonna be September 22nd. Pre-orders actually go up now. September 22nd is when the actual release happens, and then there's new content, new DLC, a whole new dungeon. I believe it's Twilight something, and I'm excited, man. Since then they've dropped 2 new characters, the Warlock character, which is very good.
Which we did the quest for that one,
to
right?
get to unlock him. Yeah, to unlock him.
The unlock one.
And then that night I actually continued playing because I wanted to see how he played. So I was like, I like the Warlock. Very, very unique character. But I will say the Druid is one of their best new characters. Shapeshift form, turn into bears, and then it's powerful. So yeah, one of my favorite games is out there. And again, if you've never tried it, Ebontis, maybe you should give it a shot with me.
Too much to play. I'm right there with you.
Learn. But you see, at least Joe played with me. He had fun.
I did play. I heard you talk about Demio for like a long time, the original Demio on Duke, and I was like, that sounds fun. It went on sale, and I bought it, and I was like, oh, let me, maybe I'll get to play when Cognito does his thing, because I was interested. And then you talk about Battlemarked, and we talked about it, and I was like, you'll play Battlemarked, and I thought it was the same. I thought it was just an expansion. It was this whole separate thing. I had to rebuy it. Whatever, it's fine.
Got it.
But it was so much fun. Then you and me, and then the other guys, the Demi Bros.
Shout out to Iron Rug. Shout out to Astro Parrot. Shout out to Jimmy. Yeah. We had a little rotation going.
Yeah, we had fun. We went through that ice dungeon. That was a good time.
So was good. And you're one of the most aggressive magicians I've ever played. This man get the fireball card. Forget it. He's going fireball. I got fireball. Let's go. I'm like, all right, go.
I do.
Fireball everything.
Yeah. He does.
I'm a charging mage.
Yeah, he's an aggressive. Most mages kind of lay in the back. They use their long distance stuff. He is in the mix. We're like, yo, you going forward?
Swinging my staff.
Yeah,
just smack.
It's hilarious.
You're a glass cannon class. You're not meant to be up
and he's in the front line.
I know.
But to his credit, he's nice at it. Like, there's never a time where I look at him like, oh, he made a mistake there. Like, he be in the mix. I'm like, all right, salute. And then we had our bard save us a couple times.
Oh yeah, good bard for sure.
Good bard play.
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm glad that it's finally coming to Xbox. It's a good story to bring up because it's a fun game. It really is. It's about time it goes to Xbox. It really should be everywhere. I'm glad to see that it's spreading. And like I said, I'm really not a big multiplayer guy, but this is one of the games that I'm like, yeah, multiplayer. This sounds like it would be fun, and it really is. It's a good time. You if you like D&D at all, it's just fun to do. It's just fun to play the characters and whatnot.
I'm sure it's just one of those
super simple.
Like
nothing complicated.
Me alone, if nothing else, trying to like sit down and schedule something because I'm playing on my own. So
it's hard. It's hard to find time to do things. I mean, I was talking to someone the other day about what September looks like. September is a mess. I don't know how anyone's gonna have time for anything between Dawnwalker opening up and then going through to Trails and Fire Emblem on the same day in the middle of the month.
Don't forget about Onimusha, Control, and Wolverine.
Oh yeah, just
It's like there's 3 more.
Yeah, there are 3. There are 3 more exactly. Although this is a little tangent, but I got an email. I was so angry. I got this email yesterday. I bought the collector's edition of the Trails remake, second chapter, because I ended up falling in love with Trails with the first chapter remake. I was like, I'm gonna buy this ridiculously expensive collector's edition because I loved this first game so much. And I got an email that it's 2 months delayed now.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, I tweeted about it.
See, this is one of those times when that whole like physical game thing, you just get the collector's edition and buy the game separate, actually works out in your benefit.
Yeah, it would have, but that wasn't how this was, unfortunately. So I tweeted out them. I was like, am I going to get the game before? Because they're like, the Steelbook edition is fine. Everyone's going to get their Steelbook. I was like, okay, well, I get the Steelbook with the collectors. Are you just not going to give me that? Or so I don't know. I'm going to have to email them and figure this out. I mean, if it turns out that I'm stuck waiting 2 months, that's right into GTA. Like, what am I supposed to do?
Yes, I feel you on that.
That was frustrating. And then for the original Trails, I ended up having a multi-month delay as well because that was through limited run, and that came like 2 or 3 months late. I was just, you're killing me, guys. I love your game. I loved it so much, and they just won't give it to me.
Yeah, that's. I feel your pain. Maddie loves Trails too. Oh,
I know he does. I know. I question Maddie sometimes because some of the stuff in here is interesting. I'm like, Maddie, what are you talking about? This, they were like, a
I'm here for the
secret
slander.
love child remark in the first 3 seconds of the game. Like, legitimately, the main character as an 10-year-old girl looks at her father and goes, "Is he your secret love child?"
Okay, all right. We outside.
Just right
the whole
into
game
it.
is outside.
Yeah, he's outside.
The whole game is outside. That's why I'm like, I don't know about this, but it was so good. I fell in love. I fell in love with that franchise, man.
Awesome.
So much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, the Demio, great to hear that it's coming to Xbox, and we'll have to do the X back together. We'll have to get the Demi Bros together to do that expansion.
You know it
for sure.
We definitely got to get the crew together again.
Yeah. Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about for news this week?
We got the Phantom Blade Zero state of play, and that was a 18-minute state of play after they dropped like a 15-minute gameplay trailer 5 days before, and I was like, okay, loving all of this, because I got a chance to play it at SGF, and it was 2 years ago we saw the trailer. And everybody's looking at the trailer like, this can't be real, right? This is these animations are just too much. No, it actually is even better than you think it's going to be when you get your hands on. It is absolutely insane because, one, we got to see in kind of the state of play, seeing a little more behind the scenes about it, how they had all the mocap done, because I talked to somebody else I know, and it's the mocap stage is the size of a big long hallway, and they have wire actors, and you're talking wired martial arts movies, and they have true kung fu masters doing all these moves and spins and all the weapons and everything, and then that mocap is in the game, and then we figured out, makes a lot more sense now, Donnie Yen is one of the main key kind of creative consultants on this thing, and you're going, all right, that answers a lot of questions. Now we know where some of this is coming from.
Yeah, but he's the father of the main character, I think, is what the setup is.
I hadn't heard that. I knew there was a point where his character and your character kind of he's training you.
So I read that online.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, just seeing this, the more I see this thing, the more it keeps kind of blowing me away. And then what I got to see at SGF, the kind of trailer and stuff that I'd seen, there's a boss fight and stuff. Everything that we had seen up until literally this week was hey, all the previews and stuff you've seen so far in the long gameplay and what you played today, completely side content. Full on boss fight, massive area that I went through, totally missable. Everything they had showed was side content, and it's really? This stuff's awesome. How could there's no reason you should have this as a missable. Nuh-uh. So the main boss that we finally got to see with the big firehead dragon going around in the fire and train, that was one of what my issue was. I played my last two appointments for all of SGF were Phantom Blade Zero and Blood Message, and I really wanted to see both. Both are sick. Both are so good.
Oh, you got to try to see both.
I did get to see both.
Yes.
And that was the issue, is hey, by the way, the director is walking in right as my session leaves to Phantom Blade Zero, and I'm but I have to go see Blood Message. And they're we're going to show stuff that nobody else has seen. I was I'm dying inside right now.
Oh, that sucked with your babies.
But when I went to go see Blood Message, I'm hugely pumped about that too, because Blood Message,
Blood Message
I talked to them because it's none of the Blood Message animations are canned. It's all environmentally driven, and it felt so
real.
Yeah, it felt real. There was one point there was a shelf, and I hit a guy's head, and he just shoves it down onto the shelf, and I was just I can't describe how Blood Message felt so. Everything fit in the moment, and it's all the contextual environmental stuff made it feel more real in a way, and it's that closer perspective, and combat was still stick. And then on the other side, you got just amazing animations, and that's kind of the cool thing about Phantom Blade Zero is you've got all the different weapons. Well, there are going to be certain weapons that are better for certain bosses, kind of like a Mega Man thing, and all. Man, just the more I see about this game, I'm and it also sounds huge, because they're there's 8 maps, and he's scrolling around one of them, and obviously if all the it's just.
It looked incredible. I watched that direct.
Yeah.
It looked really cool. Definitely. I am excited to check it out. I don't know when I'll get to it because of the deluge of games, but it's definitely on my list of things to get to at some point there. And this is not a Souls-like, despite people looking and feeling everyone's it's a Souls-like, and they're the devs are no, it's not. This is just an action game, man.
Now,
which is good.
It is hard.
Tell the truth. Yeah. Tell the truth now. Let's get to the truth. I'm not going to
say it's not easy.
Yeah. Let's get to the old man while I'm avoiding all these things first.
I can't remember if there's difficulty. No, I can't remember if there's difficulty both ways.
Okay.
I know when I left, the game director, he's the one who came in, and he loves Souls and Sekiro and everything.
Yeah.
He came in, played it on hard, and he's God mode. The director is that good.
God, yeah, I had one of
so
those.
So he's an absolute beast. Yeah.
Beast.
So
you see like what expert level play looks like. Yo, it's a whole. It shows you how insignificant you are as a player. I'm like, oh my God, you can do all these things.
All of that.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So that's the game director's level. And they said he just came in and like basically no hits the boss and everything on hard mode and just going completely bonkers. So it's like there is that level where you can crank it up to. I don't know if there is a lower difficulty to experience it. But even the gameplay trailer we saw last week, I mean, they're going on this like wagon ride on a cliffside.
Yeah, the wagon,
and then he's like fighting a boss on there, and then the boss with the big grappling hooks is going along the side of the mountain. Did you see that, Cog? The gameplay from last week?
I missed it, and that game, I will say, I saw it the Summer Game Fest before you guys.
Yeah,
I was blown away. I was like, damn, and I go for it. I was like, damn, that might be the one. You know what I'm saying? To tempt me to break my own rule. I was like, damn, that looks good. And then you know how I feel about true martial arts. You know what I'm saying? And then now y'all telling me Donnie, I'm like, man. I knew it was a reason why. I couldn't put my finger on why am I captivated by it. But again, when you show true martial arts, and again, I'm a person who loves the arts, who loves the pure representation of it, the artistry and true fighting. And when I saw, I was like, yeah, they respected the culture. So that for sure. It was one of the most highly anticipated things where people would come around that booth. I think it was Shuhei was out there when I came down. I was like, I said, what game Shuhei next? Because he's got a good eye. I like.
He does have a good eye.
Very good eye. So I seen him around that booth. I'm like, what game is that? And then so now to see the new stuff, I'll take a look at it. And that game looked phenomenal. I was like, that's E.
It's going to be unreal.
Yeah. Speaking of Shuhei, I played and I did the review for Beast of Reincarnation, which he was consulting on, and that is one of those harder games that like has the Souls inspiration, because I don't do Souls games either, Cog. Like that's not my jam. I don't do that because I don't like the punishing nature of it. So for me,
I'm right here for it for some reason.
Gameplay
masochist for some reason. Nothing else. Just that.
So Beast of Reincarnation was not punishing. It was hard. I struggled in sometimes, but you die and you just go right back. Like there was no real loss, no real penalty for failure, which is what always turns me off about the Souls games. Was like, oh, if I fail, I'm gonna have to take a 20-minute hike back, and I'm gonna have to collect all of my stuff, and I'm gonna lose my souls, and like all that's just I don't want to deal with any of that. And so even if Phantom Blade Zero is difficult, as long as it's not putting me through that torturous process of what I feel like is time wasting, because that's my thing. Is there's so many games out there, there's so much to do, you only have limited time. I don't like the time waste. It's one of the reasons I ended up stopping playing World of Warcraft, because I was a hardcore raider in World of Warcraft for a really long time, where I would spend 4 or 5 hours, 3 nights a week, just smashing our faces against hard bosses until we cleared the raids. Like it was great as a youth,
but
as I got older,
when I'm younger,
and there was,
you can't point your finger. We played Destiny, Cog.
No, for sure. Listen, I know my masochism, so and my masochism is that. You know what I'm saying? Thankfully, me and you was able to break the cycle and play other games and understand what the world has for us outside of being in Destiny every 5
minutes. And that's what I did too with WoW. I just said, there are other things. I'm missing out on too many things here. I need to put it to the side. And as much as I enjoyed it, and I'm glad that I did in the end. But that repetition of like, I'm wasting my time. I'm bashing my face against this boss over and over that I just don't understand. And for Beast of Reincarnation, at least, it wasn't like that. It was, maybe it took me 30 minutes to get a boss down or something if it was a particularly challenging one. Gotcha. But it was going attempt.
No, I get it. And to people who love the genre, look, I get it. There is, I'm with you exactly, Joe. When it says stuff like, at this stage of my life, I don't want that level of stress, and I'm not advancing. But don't get me wrong. To E's point, I understand the level of conquering what is considered the unconquerable, right? The level of like, I could take my level of play. And I will say this, there's what I consider the gaming life lesson, that when the sense of accomplishment is so fulfilling. So I know the addictive hook, and I watch, and I watch guys like Ian. I'm like, man, you guys are special to do it, because I just don't, I don't like being angry. And I don't want that part of me coming out, because I'll throw a controller. I'll get so frustrated.
So I will say this about like the Souls games, depending on how they play, it's the ones that are fair, but if I know I messed up, no matter how quickly I get smoked,
now I know it's
like
me.
I can I can get smoked in the first 3. This is why Kazan is still one of my favorite boss fight games. So good. Every boss fight for me was like 30 minutes to an hour, every single one. But from the start to the end was this progression of like 5 seconds in, I'm what? To the end of it, I've got like 3 heals left over. You learn that much progression through it. And that's where it's like for me.
And that's good design.
Exactly. It's like, it's something it's learnable. It's not overly cheap. It's like, it's something I can find progression on. And if I learn my moves and I know it's like, hey, I missed my timing there. That's on me. If it's on me, I'm always fine with that. So when it's like cheap, not so much.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that, E, because if it's on me, I'm okay. But then it's on me. It's like then I only have myself to blame for the time waste of the repeat. Like then I'm like, no, okay, I can't do that. And that's my stance. It's like I get it. It's on me, and I get that that's fun and that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
But I make that call in the end, like Cog does. Like I don't want to waste the time here. I don't want to lose the souls, lose the runes, whatever it is. I have a copy of Elden Ring in my normal apartment where I usually am. It's the desk is like right here and the TV is over here, and I keep this used copy of Elden Ring that I bought because I didn't want to give them a new sale. I bought a used copy of Elden Ring on eBay. I plopped it right next to the desk, and it's right there under the TV, ready to try someday. And it's usually within arm's reach. I just be like, yeah, it's right here. I just haven't done it yet. It's sitting right there waiting for me because I want to give it a shot because it looks so fun. And then I just like too many games.
Yeah,
too many games,
bro.
Yeah.
Too many games. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah,
I would pick a smaller one than Elden Ring to start off with. Elden Ring's enormous.
Yeah.
But yeah, Phantom Blade Zero, as you said, not a Souls game. Enemies don't respawn. I was even at SGF. Nice. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. So it's like, you can get back in. You just got to get back to where you were. No, I think it's going to surprise a lot of people, and I think it's also going to be just insanely huge too, which is a little bit of my concern if I can't get like a contact sometime before that. I have a cruise 2 days after it comes out, so I'm going to be gone for a week, which will be a good vacation.
Where are you going?
Just Western Caribbean. We're just kind of driving down to Galveston, and it's just kind of what everybody does out of Galveston is just like Western Caribbean, but it's like it's a cheaper one to drive. First off, and then it's not the Miami port, so it's not like the brand new ship. It's just a pretty good ship. So, not complaining by any means, but it's drivable. So, but the timing wise of that is 2 days after it comes out. So if I can't get a chance to review and prep stuff, I'm in trouble.
I was in that spot when Baldur's Gate 3 came out. I had a vacation planned like a week later. I was like, oh no.
Yeah, that's big.
But.
Yep. All right. Well, let's keep going.
Yeah, no, that's great. Happy to talk about that one. I'm excited for it. I want to see what people say about it. I know that at Season Gaming, Ains, the editor and founder over there, is a huge Phantom Blade fan. Like he's really excited for it. He also saw it at SGF, and he's been waiting to talk more about it and get through. So I look forward to hearing what everyone has to say on it.
Nice.
So. All right, my next story for this week is about immersive sims. The immersive sim isn't dead yet. Harvey Smith, Ben Horn, and Ricardo Barre, veterans of beloved immersive sim developer Arkane, have launched a new studio, Black Pony Immersive. In a wide-ranging interview with the Game Business, the trio reveal and discuss their new studio, which has quietly been operating for a year. The studio is starting small and planning to stay small, focusing on the core team and working with external partners and contractors as necessary, as the team felt the industry's current approach led to that creative core of other teams being crushed. Additionally, they're going to focus on following their creative visions, making the kind of games they want while avoiding the trend chasing. And one interesting quote I wanted to pull was about the development of Redfall, where Harvey Smith said, quote, "That was a difficult project. Arkane is very specialized, but the industry is growing and there's always more mouths to feed. And it's great when you can reach a wider audience. We got swept up in the games as a service thing, and I had the foolish chutzpah to assume that that always works out for us. We can do this. Let's take what we love and mix it with games as a service and do different mechanics by day and night and have character classes. Then in the middle of all that, COVID happened. We also had the Great Resignation where everybody went and started remote and started changing jobs." Please check out the full interview. It was really interesting on the Games Business. I'll put the link in the description here. But I wanted to bring this up because I love Dishonored. I'm a huge Dishonored fan. I played 1 and 2 and Death of the Outsider. I did not play Redfall because it didn't look interesting to me at all. But Cog, I know that you have quite a history with Redfall. You and Mr. Matty Plays. Yeah. So I wanted to get your thoughts on that quote from Harvey Smith about the development of Redfall and about this new studio.
Yeah, sure.
And Yeah.
No, shout out to you and Maddie for bringing this to my attention. I've been head down, this week, so I completely missed it. Harvey is a legend. Let's just be clear when it comes to the immersive sim and that genre. And I'm late to this Dishonored series, and I was embarrassed that I was late to it because it's amazing. I'm like, this is so good. Like, I was shocked at where was I? What was I doing at this point in gaming that I completely missed this release? So, to see him come back outside, because look, I fortunately had the privilege of interviewing him, during Redfall. But the infamous part of it was that it was Redfall, and that it was so poorly received. And I remember speaking to Sov, and I remember because Sov was there at that event, as well as Maddie. And those are the Dishonored guys. So they had a lot of concerns. Like, I don't know about this character class stuff. I don't know about what's going on here. So to see his transparency, to get in front of, okay, yeah, we took a risk. We were chasing the live service thing. It didn't work for us. And then even further, where I don't know if you caught the part of Joe, where he talked about kind of wanting to right the wrong by releasing a patch when they were already released.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, from Xbox. And Xbox allowed them to go back into the building to correct the things, to make it to a serviceable level of playing. So I thought that was kind of honorable on his side. First, so for me, I'm just happy to see him back in the business, to see him now with his own studio. Is it Black Pony, studio?
Black Pony Immersive.
Immersive, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. He's got, Mr. Barr and the crew, right? He's got the old gang back together. But the key thing he said to me, and I'm assuming you really love this as well, which is he wants to stick with the genre. He wants to, and generally, in a world where games as a service and live service takes place, usually companies kind of like frown away, or publishers frown away from that. And he's like, no, this is who we are. So I like that aspect of sticking to your identity, going for it. I'm rooting for him. It's good to see him back in the business. I would love to speak to him again. And man, he's one of the greats. Deus Ex, he's got so much on his resume that it's just tremendous. So I was happy to hear this news that Harvey is back outside, new studio. Let's go, man. I got to support.
Yeah, I enjoy immersive sims. I don't have the full pedigree that some people do with it. Like, I've not played like the Deus Ex games, but I like games that include elements of immersive sim in them. Even if they're not full, the way that like Dishonored is. But those Dishonored games are really good. What about you? Are you an immersive sim fan? Do you play Dishonored?
So the only one I have played is the one that everybody's like the outlier. Deathloop. It's the only one I played.
Oh yeah, you like
It's the only one I played. Just because I missed the other ones. Like, I've got my gaps in certain games, but it was around a time and had a chance to play it. And I mean, what was there was fun, and conceptually I kind of get what they're going for. I don't know if I played anything specifically that I would call immersive sim, but I like the idea behind it. I mean, I'm trying to think immersive sim, if like, I don't know what other games besides that are immersive.
Deus Ex is the kind of thing. In some ways, like the System Shock has immersive sim levels to it. The System Shock BioShock line, they're not quite immersive sims, but they follow that similar trajectory of first person interacting with objects and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, like, I played the first Deus Ex on PC, like long before the recent modern ones. I played that a long time ago, and that was first person. That was interesting. So, I mean, but like conceptually, I like the fact that the genre exists, because it is one of those that you get to do unique things in that some others don't. Because, I mean, you got Valor Mortis doing a first person Souls. That's going to be an interesting one later on. But first person does bring that very close interaction, and there's certain experiences that only first person will do. And just whether it's like Destiny for shooting, or like, any of these other situations where first person is unique. I'm trying to think of a game that I played that was first person that did something to me, and I was like, that was interesting, but I can't think of what it is. But it's like, first person. Yeah, no, I appreciate that and kind of the depth and detail of what they do in those. By all means, bring it on, and hopefully they can make a game that is fantastic. I support that. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm right there with you. The genre is so. It's kind of a niche genre in some ways, because you really need to be into that, like, right up there, right up in the game itself, because first person games are so often shooters where you're just like far away and pew pew and that sort of thing. And this one's like, no, this is usually very slow, deliberate movement. Be careful, look around, peek around corners.
Indiana Jones, like, not specifically immersive sim, but Indiana Jones was a really nice surprise for that perspective, which I don't think a lot of people expected until you got done with it. And you're like, damn, that was a hell of a lot of fun.
I didn't play it. I did not play it.
I think you'd like it.
Yeah, that was a good time. Yeah, that was a good time.
I don't have the history with Indiana Jones as a series.
Me neither.
People laugh at me when I say that the only Indiana Jones movie I've ever seen was Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh my God.
Well, you did pick the wrong one.
You did pick the wrong one to get in, but
to be fair, I didn't pick it. My mom wanted to go to the movies for her birthday one year, and she was like, "Let's go see this Indiana Jones movie." I was like,
three is the best. That's I'll stand firmly on that.
You ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm the same as you in the sense of I remember one of them as, being taken to a movie, but I have no connection to the series. I am not this huge fan at all. So I was kind of like, let's see. And then obviously the decision to go first person was kind of controversial at the time because people was like, hey, man, we want to see a third person Indiana Jones. Why didn't you do this? So I gave it a shot, and I won't say it's the full immersive sim thing, but E is right. It's close enough where you are immersed. And I will say this, doing puzzle mechanics in first person is really awesome, and their take on it. So I felt that, and you got some, you got your stealth, you sneak around, you got to be careful, you don't be spotted, you put on uniforms, you move around, you try to infiltrate. So I think you would like it, man. It's like immersive sim light for you. I think your style, you would like that.
It's like there's not a lot of them that are coming anytime soon, so it's the closest.
And the whip combat was cool. Like it was what's up.
Yeah, that's true. I think of like it's probably. I understand why they made it first person almost, because it differentiates it from the games that you would otherwise associate it with. Because you look at Indiana Jones, you're like, oh, it's like Uncharted and Tomb Raider, the video game, like in its own form. It's like, no, we're gonna do it first person. It's totally different now, and like that makes sense in a way, because you only need so many of those third person Uncharted likes or Tomb Raider likes. It gives it a little twist on it, and the team that made it was Machine Games, right? Ooh. So like that's what they do, first person. So yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, that was all I had to say on that one. I look forward to seeing what they do and what they come up with. Maybe the setting of Dishonored is awesome. So if they came up with that setting, I'd love to see. I think they called it like whale punk or something, because everything's powered by whale oil in the game, which is so cool.
So cool.
Yeah, love to see that. So let's go on to the next one here. E, over to you for our final official story here.
It was just kind of another, in the same realm as Phantom Blade Zero, but it was Black Myth Zongqi. I'm probably saying it quite a little bit wrong, but
Zongqi.
Okay. That pronunciation, that was smooth.
Hey, nice.
My fiance's Chinese.
Yep. That was smooth.
Nailed it. Yeah,
he nailed that. He crushed that.
It's just the fact that they also dropped 15 minutes of gameplay just out of nowhere. We get one cinematic, and then we get 15 minutes of gameplay, and that's just kind of one of those things when I'm just like, I love that they're so confident in these games that they're just like, here you go. Game is still in progress, but this 15 minutes of gameplay looks perfectly polished. And it's like, okay, sure. Yeah, by all means. I mean, Game Science made so much money from the first Black Myth, which I think probably like spurred on some of the other Chinese studios as well, because they're like, and also they're kind of putting some of us to shame over here in the West, just to be like, yeah, look at what we're doing. We're doing it really well. Whether it be Phantom Blade or this one or Tides of Annihilation. There's another one I'm forgetting.
Blood Message.
That's the other one, Blood Message. Yeah. So all of those look really cool. And then, Black Myth is now taking what it looks like they did with Black Myth, and then so it's Zhongqi?
Yeah. Zhongqi. Yeah, Zhong.
Okay, close. Zhongqi.
Close. It's tough. Whoever actually did the translation of English and Mandarin, like the pronunciation, they don't understand letters apparently, because like it's just the pinyin itself is which is what you call the translation between the pinyin writing is weird. It does, like, there's no reason to do that. We have plenty of letters. There's no reason to make the letter C the sound of an S. Like you don't need to do that. The Z, Jung it's close enough, I guess, in this case, but there are just so many weird twerks and tweaks and quirks that they have in the
twerks are a little bit different.
But twerks a little bit.
Tweaking and twerking.
Cogs tweaking and
twerking out here.
Tweaking and twerking. But that's what he's going to be doing in Germany. That's that after party.
No, he only does that in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio is one of my favorite places to go. I'm sorry, continue. Let's continue.
No. Yeah. But it was just like early on we saw Zhongqi. I think I'm saying it right now. I'm getting there.
Yeah, Zhongqi. Yep, you got it.
So, and it looked, the big guy riding on the tiger, you look up, what's the mythology behind this guy? And then this 15 minutes of gameplay is you're playing as a human. And everybody's like, hold on, what are we watching? And it's apparently his journey to become that guy. And it's like, okay, see what we're doing here. And again, they just have so much mythology and so many different stories to pull from. I love that they're able to, and this is what I hope they do with Liza P. If they can take something like Liza P and the Pinocchio type stuff, and if they can do where they tease the second one's going to go, but make it just as dark, I'm really enjoying what some of these action games are doing, but also putting really cool stories to go with them. Because for a little while, it's like Dark Souls, Gothic universe, don't know what the heck is going on. That's there you go.
That's my main problem with I'm like the low dissenter of the Elden Ring crew because I'm it looks dope. I just want a good narrative. Like,
and you want to know what's going on.
You don't want to have to watch a 30-minute Vati video.
Yeah. Why am I doing
Prepare to cry video.
You know, it's like, I don't want to be doing. Remember, we came from Destiny 1E, where it's like Grimoire, and I don't want to do all that. No, give me a damn story.
I will say the open. Like, I don't know if you can go watch. Just go look up. Did you ever see the opening of Black Myth Wukong? Did you ever see the opening of it? Okay,
I literally just bought Black Myth Wukong like a week ago, so I'm gonna play it because
the opening to that is just like holy. And then you see, I mean, it's like then you look into a little bit of the story about how you can control the size of the staff and like all the like so much cool stuff is in that. So it's a lot of respect to their culture and their stories, but it's also bringing those stories to a lot of us clueless people like me who don't know them and get to experience them. And I just kind of love seeing that we're potentially got another one coming. And I also just love this style of this is how you show off a game. 15 minutes of gameplay. Do love it. So it's pretty great. So anyway, that was all.
No, it looked really cool. I saw it pop up on a random Twitter from some random account, and I thought it was like fake. I didn't realize it was the real thing because I didn't see it. There was no hype around it. There was
it just fell onto my feed, and I'm going, okay,
right? Because we all remember the Wukong trailer, like the original Wukong trailer was like a Jeff Keighley thing, like it was shown off at a Jeff showcase thing. You know, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this looks cool. What is this going to be? And then it comes out 5 years later, or whatever it was. It's a long time, but yeah, I just bought Wukong for the first time on PC because I have my rig and I wanted to like take advantage of it on there with all the because I saw it was so beautiful, and also because my fiance has been I promised her I was going to play it. And she's like, I want to watch you play. I want to watch you play Wukong. Play Wukong.
I like that.
That's awesome.
I like that she wants you to do that. That's awesome.
She does, and I was like, I will, but I don't know if I'm going to finish it. I don't want to pay $60 for a game that I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish.
So it is not parry; it's dodge only.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry so much about that mechanic. But it's awesome. Like it really is the journey. But I will tell you before there's like 6 chapters, I think 6 or 7. I forget the number.
Okay.
There's a point where I would tell you there is a secret thing that you can go do. Very cool experience in the game for like story and visuals and everything else. If you get to where you think you're towards the end, and you haven't seen that thing, go look up the like checkboxes you have to do. It's not really that bad if you hadn't done them.
Okay.
And go do those things so you can experience this side because it's one of the coolest like fights that you're going to see in the whole game. So it's all right. That's basically the vague way because my buddy did the same thing. I was like, I didn't want to look up a guide, so I just went straight through. And he's like, okay, well, before you finish, do this. And I was like, cool. So I did, and I totally do. Yeah, that's all I'll say. It's my vaguest way I can say before you beat the game. Go make sure you do the side.
Go make sure to side.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for it. I'll try and find the time. It's not just me finding the time to play. She's so busy herself. Like, when are you home, dear, to watch me play this game? You tell me to play it. When are you home?
I've got something. I'm actually like trying to play a little bit with my wife, and it's like trying to find an hour. I can't say.
Thou shalt not disclose what game that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
here I'll type it in our Discord chat so you can see it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but we use our time together to like watch a TV show or something. You know, like that's the. I'm like, come on, let's watch the show, and she's like, okay, I'll watch 30 minutes of a show. I was like, House of the Dragon is an hour and 20 minutes today, dear. We can't watch 30 minutes of it.
Yeah, it's hard because between my wife and I had finally caught up on a couple of things, and then it's like right now Ted Lasso is once a week. I'm like, okay, I can digest 1 episode a week. Lanterns is 1 a week, so it's like I can do a couple hours here, but trying to do a lot's tough. Yeah, I get it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, that'll bring us to the end of our news segment here. I did actually want to bring up one other news story because I didn't know what you guys were going to pick for your topics, but I wanted to say, did you see the report from Jason Schreier about Horizon Hunter's Gathering being basically like rebooted.
Yeah, it's the whole Sony live service thing is just sad waste of time. It's unfortunate because
and money, money, everything.
Closed studios, talent. It's really sucks because I like the Horizon series. The 2 games have been awesome so far, and I would love to get a third. And that just sounds very far away. It's all of these sound painful to hear. Like Intergalactic, the same way, was on the back burner until the Last of Us live service got basically shut off. Then everybody went to go work on Intergalactic, and all of those things are. It's sad they put so many eggs in the same basket. You don't. That's what's the saying. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. If they would have done even like 6 and 6, would have been better than 12. Man, I kid you not. Right? Literally split your dozen of eggs, and you would have been 3 times better off. But it's it's sad. It's a shame. The 2 pillars of gaming right now just have made some major mess ups, and we're getting, unfortunately, a very strange generation on account of it.
We definitely are.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate. You know, I just, like I said, we're talking with Maddie about this one, Duke, in the sense of like, the way I look at it is obviously the overinvestment at the expense of studios, you know, not doing what they're naturally inclined to do. But with Horizon's case, I look at it almost as if they really want this to be their shining star. And I looked at it when, you know, the proliferation of it.
Herman Hulst, let it go, buddy.
You got the guy, you got the, what you laughing at?
I said Herman Hulst, let it go, buddy.
Let it go. And I you know, you know me, I try to be respectful to people and stuff like that. But obviously we know the ties to Gorilla, you know, and obviously, you know, the Jim Ryan situation, but it's clear as day they really wanted this thing to be big. And just for whatever reason, not that it was a terrible game. I actually feel, to your credit, you know, people who love it, it's been a victim of bad luck also. Because remember, the first one was right around Breath of the Wild. The second one was also around like a
Elden Ring.
See, you could feel the pain. Joe,
I can't even remember. I swear the expansion to 2 was around something else. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was like they have the most unlucky release schedule. Then coupled with the Lego game that wasn't received well. Then coupled with the VR, and I bought the VR game because I was like, you know what? I was working. Say what you gonna say, Joe.
I was just say I bought the VR too to play that
just
game.
To play
that's
the
only reason.
I was like, all right, let me see. You know what it is, and it was okay. It was cool. You know, so don't get me wrong. It was fun. You know, I had my fun with it, kind of stuff like that. But yeah, that's just where I see with it, and to see now. Again, all I think about is resource wasting, time wasting. Now you're going to shut this down, kind of reboot it. You're going to strip which is probably the right call, strip the live service part and make it a co-op, which is the right call. But again, I just think of wasted time, resources, and now studio development of all these things that could have been. And that's what kind of frustrates me. I'm like the only one that like, though I'm not really hype about this generation with PlayStation. I'm like the games for me personally. Not saying they're making bad games.
No.
It's just that
you're not wrong.
Yeah, just they didn't. This is not the Sony that I love. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, Yote was a great game, and then we'll have Wolverine, but it's like it's a short list to think about for PS5.
You know,
I'm not excited for Wolverine at all.
I feel you. I mean, I've actually cooled. I mean, I'm still getting it, but I understand. Like, I was like, oh, okay.
I cooled off a lot.
The more I saw of it, I cooled a little. I'm still getting it though. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not.
He said, "Oh, you out? Oh, you out? Okay." But here's the thing.
Not right away. There's too many. September's too busy.
No,
I'd rather play
enough.
Dawn Walker and Trails.
Fair
and,
enough. Oh yeah, you're done. Yeah, you're done.
Control.
Control. You're done. But I think you know what it hit me with this generation with them was that when we got the Hiroki Totoki announcement, it's like, hey, only 2 first-party games now per year. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn, that's interesting. They got a lot of studios. Like, wow. And I think this is kind of like the byproduct of it. In my estimation, kind of thing. And I just miss them, you know, I just miss quirky Sony, Japanese influence Sony, you know, just certain things. So we'll see. But they still got good games. I will still be picking up Wolverine. And we'll see.
I'm still mad at Sony for the no discs thing. Like that's I don't have. I mean, you guys, we haven't really talked about this, Cog, but like I'm a huge physical guy. I'm as physical as Maddie is when it comes to games. Like I buy all my discs. I don't have any plans to buy a PlayStation 6 anymore. Like I'm not. Like, I don't care.
Wow.
I would rather. I started my I'd rather go on PC. I'd rather move over to PC and everything because I've got my 4090 and my gaming rig, and I would rather just do that. I've got my PS5 and I'll use my 5 and whatnot. But like,
you're gonna miss out on. I'm gonna hold you to. You're gonna miss out on them Sony bangers. You go stay strong.
At the moment, yeah, that's my plan.
I like that at the moment. I like that.
I'm a lawyer. I have to get
everybody's got
he covered his second. I was like, we're gonna clip this episode.
Yeah, I mean, if there's something that really sells me on it, or something like, we'll see where I go. But at this moment, yes. I don't have any interest in it. I would rather just play on my PC. Again, Wolverine. I bought the collector's edition of Spider-Man 2 because I loved Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2018 so much.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man 2 was not as good as either of those games. And Wolverine just looks like it's more of that. I didn't like a lot of the changes that they made in that, and I didn't like the story of Spider-Man 2. So for me, I'm like, I like that. So Insomniac has missed the last one. So why am I going to get excited about Wolverine when there's so many other things? And then Sony's just like, it's to the point where I play Genshin Impact. We'll talk about that in a minute because I'm playing a lot of Genshin Impact. I play it on PlayStation, but I buy like the battle pass for Genshin and all that stuff. I do it on my phone now because I'd rather give Google the money than give Sony the money because it crosses over.
Standing on business. I hear you. Listen, I hear you.
I'm doing my best, but yeah, I think that as far as the Horizon goes, like I love Horizon as a franchise. I think Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West are the best things that Sony has ever made. I like them way more than anything Naughty Dog has ever done.
Wow, that's a high distinction. They gonna come for you.
Yeah, I know. People do. It's just
more than Last of Us.
I don't like The Last of Us that much. I think it's.
They gonna shut them down. I'm trying to save you. The angry comment section about to go crazy on you.
I've never played part 2. I've never played part 2, and at best, The Last of Us is like an 8 out of 10 kind of a game. Whereas like the Horizon games are like 9s and 9.5s for me. Like they're in my top 10 of all time kinds of games. I love those games because I think that world and story is so interesting, and the gameplay is so much more fun than anything that Naughty Dog does for gameplay. And The Last of Us was the closest they've got to fun gameplay. But so for me, at least, I wish that Horizon didn't have this bad luck and that they did have like good ideas and went, like he said, right into that third game with that cliffhanger. The cliffhanger of Forbidden West is like killing me on the inside.
I got you. I respect it.
And now it's going to be a PS6 exclusive where I don't plan to buy a PS6. Like, what am I supposed to
do? with pulling PC support, your beloved gonna come out on that PS6. I know. They're gonna test you.
I might need to do the old, call a friend and borrow something. Borrow PlayStation, borrow the game.
You're a stronger man than me. But
I'll do my best. I will do my
best.
I
respect it.
I'll do my best. I will. I can't make promises, but I know what I'm going to try.
Fair enough.
We'll see. All right. I just want to bring that one up because I thought it was a pretty important deal as someone who loves the Horizon series. I wanted to talk about that with you guys a little bit. But let's go on to what we've been playing here. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. So let's go with Ebontis. Why don't we throw it over to you first? What have you been playing?
I'll do one of mine, and then we can pass it around. Mortal Shell 2. Mortal Shell 2. I got to play this for review, and there are a few games that I can think of a better sequel glow up than this.
Yeah.
From 1 to 2, oh my. Okay. Truly. Like, 1 was really heavyweight, very deliberate, kind of an early studio attempt. It was like maybe 10 to 12 hours. Smaller, but I was like, okay, not too shabby, a little tidy game, and it didn't overstay its welcome. But it's like you could tell, it's like things felt a little slower. They were going for more of like a weightier Dark Souls feel. It had a couple ideas to it. To go from that to what I got done playing, not even. There's so much that got better. The combat still has weight. Like a Souls, a greatsword would, but it's like you feel more nimble. They got rid of the stamina mechanics. So you have infinite stamina, but they managed to walk the line where having infinite stamina, you can still get your butt kicked. And they managed to walk that line really well, which is not an easy thing to do. Crazy boss design at the end of each of these like main pillars, plus what comes after. The world, the exploit. For me, I like to explore. Buddy gives me a hell of a time about this because he's like, I hate exploring. Me, I like exploring. I like exploring. If it's rewarding, there's not a reason there. That is the big key. Like, I forget what I was playing and it was wasting my time exploring. And I was like, this is kind of pissing me off. But this is one where you're going to find something wherever you look. If you go over here, this. You go over here, this. Every, quote, bonfire in a Souls game, this has beacons. Every beacon you have to cleanse. Every beacon is its own mini dungeon.
Oh.
Every single one.
Oh, wow.
On top of dungeons that you'll find out in the world, which are these like little
wow,
kind of, they look like water, kind of wavy doors or whatever wispy.
Yeah.
Those are going to be hidden dungeons. there's definitely some like world mechanics there, like some secrets that you got to figure out. Like your ability to upgrade your weapon, you figure out at first, and then you got to go around and explore around the world to find the other like mechanisms for the forge so you can upgrade your ranged weapons or upgrade other things. So like you have to find it. There's always something to find. And then on top of it, the customization, the depth in the builds. So I don't know how many shells were in Mortal Shell 1. Not enough that I went to go look it up. There are 8 in this one, 7 of which I found. I think I know how the 8th one would happen, but it might be a certain thing. Very unique mechanics to those, but they have a very simple like passive and an active ability. But then you have 8 different weapons, different ranged weapons, and then your tar stones are all of your, picture like sockets in a Diablo or something like that, but they're for your shell. But you've got like 4 passives, 1 for each weapon passively, 1 for each weapon actively, a couple ultimates for your ranged, and all of these are changing all the time. Some work with different weapons, some work with other weapons, some don't always work all the time. The builds that you can make out of this thing are nutty. And it's like, that's the depth and customization you get into, and the combat is so good. It's like,
nice.
I described Onimusha's combat as buttery smooth. The new Way of the Sword. It's so smooth.
That parry.
It was. I did the demo,
sick, bro.
I was like, okay, this is smooth. This is like perfectly point polished, like Souls. It's not like, because Onimusha's smooth. This is like perfectly tuned is what I would call it. Same principle, but it's like the hit and then the weight of a parry is like boom, like you parry with the big great sword, and the feedback and all of that is really, really well kind of defined, animated, like the audio design behind it. All of those pieces go together well. The visuals are there, and really there's just 2 enemies in the entire game that I hate, but outside of that, everything was great. There's literally 2 enemies in the whole game, and I was like, okay, and I watched like Miss 5000 watch. She's like a Destiny player, but we both love Souls games, and I checked her stream out because I knew she was playing, and she got to that point and she's like, I hate these fill in a B word here. Literally, that and one other enemy have a very cheap move that just blasts you to death. But other than that,
so
like, and even just like with the first balance patch that they just did, made a couple of tweaks that were my only other tweaks from basically pre-release that they fixed, or kind of like chose a different way to go, which was the better way to go. So literally day 1, I was like, you guys have an awesome game. 9 out of 10. No, like so good.
Nice. I checked the Metacritic and OpenCritic on it. It's like 10 points higher than the first one is. It's an 84, 85, and the other one's like a 74, 75, 76, somewhere in there. Yeah, just that's great. And there were 4 shells in the first Mortal Shell. I checked that for you. So they doubled it.
Doubled it up. I mean, the boss design, the graphics, the visuals, the world. I mean, it's a complete package.
Nice.
And it's $50.
Oh wow. Okay.
And it's you do New Game Plus, there's a night mode, which I did not turn on, makes everything harder, and it's the only way you can explore certain things. So that's extra. There's New Game Plus. Like it took me 42 hours to end first time. I didn't do everything.
Wow.
So 50 plus for 100% easy. New Game Plus, different builds, so much to it. So for me, I can't recommend that one enough. If you enjoy action and Souls, it is it cemented itself up there in the top tier with some of the other greats. Because if I'm gonna go, Lies of P, Kazan for non-FromSoft, Mortal Shell 2, knocking on that door. It's real close, really close.
High
like
praise.
I don't know if it's next to Lies of P, but it's like squeak below, maybe, just because Lies of P did something kind of special.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really good. Really good. Can't recommend that one enough. So I'll stop on that one for now, for time permitting sake.
Yeah. No,
sounds like not for us, Cog.
Yeah, no. But when I know it's good, one thing I like what he describes is, one thing I do love about those games is like weight and parrying. And if the parrying feels good in the animation, because you want to be rewarded for those perfectly timed blocks and parries. And I think
you want to know my build though? Let me tell you one piece about this. Is just my character.
Yeah.
So there is a build that you can make with teal, which is like one of the first 2 shells you'll find. And I have the ability to do a shadow dodge. When I get a perfect dodge, I go invisible. Then when I go invisible, I basically set up for a shadow strike. that Shadow Strike, I can add extra damage. Oh, by the way, there's skill trees for every shell. I forgot that. So there's even more.
All right.
And you can refund, mix, match the skill trees anytime.
Oh, nice. They don't restrict you and lock you down. Okay, gotcha.
Nope, mix and match all that stuff. So
shout out to reallocation.
Like, so as soon as you're like you're in a fight, you're like ding, ding, and then two other come at you, dodge, and I can leave a poison wisp of me that as they sit there and attack they get poisoned.
Oh, that's sick.
They get poisoned. So I'm running around behind the back. Yeah. Then I go for my Shadow Strike, pop out. I have a 50% chance to go right back into Shadow.
Sick.
It's and this is just me tripping into a build. This is not even me like min-maxing. So this was what I ended up beating the game with.
Is it punishing? Is it punishing? Like if you lose, like does it like we were talking earlier?
I lost 50,000 souls at one point. Yes, it'll do that to you too.
No. Oh, they lost me again. I was good until that point. I was like, yeah, that sounds fire. Then
but the thing is, like when you have that much stocked up, you're powerful enough to probably beat everything you need to at that point.
Then
that's just like kind of because the way the leveling system works, you don't have to put stats anywhere.
Okay.
The level is literally you just like if you got the souls, throw the number in there, and it basically will be like, hey, this time you get health, this time you get some of these, this time you might get a shell point. It handles the leveling. So if you got the souls, just literally number go up, it does that, and then you make your build, your skill tree, and all that stuff. Otherwise, so it's like you don't have to worry about strength, dexterity, not even an issue. So like it simplifies that. That's like they simplified a couple of things. Like they got rid of stamina, simplified leveling, but there's build depth all over the place. Kind of crazy. So it's cool. It did all the right things. I was so happy when I was done.
That sounds awesome. Yeah, for me, actually I've played a lot of games I can't talk about, so I'll talk about the other games on the side I've been playing during the period of not talking about stuff I can't talk about. Is I finally got I want to shout out our DBO bro Rook. He put me on that Dispatch finally came to Xbox, and I had my eye on Dispatch for a while. I mean, I remember I think it was Switch that had it first, and then one of our writers, Don Otaku, he couldn't stop singing this game's praises. So for me, I didn't know what it was. I just assumed, Telltale kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is anime Telltale most likely. And I must admit, I'm about 2 episodes in, and I'm like, this is hilarious. This is so good. First of all, the animation style, again, I'm not an anime guy, but when you watch the level of quality of this, it does feel like it's one of those kind of like Studio Trigger presents. Like it literally feels like what an anime quality animation would look like. And then I believe the main protagonist is our man Jesse from Breaking Bad. He's the guy. Right. So they've got this really good all-star cast, and it's kind of like Invincibles in a way with like these crazy heroes and stuff like that. I'm not going to spoil too much about the story, but what I will say is this person goes through a very difficult transition. And now this person has to be a dispatch for other superheroes. Now, the part where I love the game, because I thought it was just going to be Telltale, choice and consequence, decisions, timing, that kind. They have that. But where the game actually has this whole other component is one of my favorite games is called This is the Police. This is the Police is a police management sim where you have cops that you assign to jobs, and then based on the jobs that you assign them to, age, race, whatever, or a professionalism rating, will determine their success on the thing that you assign them to. And the game will give you clues based on each assignment. Like, hey, you want someone that is, very fast. Just making up things. There's attribute based and stuff. So this is Dispatch. Like, you have to pay attention to all your heroes that you have. Some got super speed, some are charming, intelligence rating, things like that nature. But the beauty of it is just because you assign, not only try to assign the correct person to the job, when you get to the actual job, it'll turn into choice and consequence. Hey, you got there, but now this has turned into this situation. What do you do? And you got to make choices and stuff like that. And it's really, really well written. First of all, the dialogue is some of the best dialogue I have had in game. Like I
heard it was well written,
bro. Laugh out loud dialogue. I'm like, this is hilarious. They go there with certain subject matter. Listen. The game, I will admit, I was playing a little bit last night. Attic was watching me. He's like, yo, what is that? I'm like, yo, this Dispatch is crazy, right? Like,
I've heard I need to at some point.
Is
me too. I'm right there with you.
What I like about it, for us that are all busy, short episode romps. I would say each episode was probably about 35 to 40 minutes. It looks like there's 88 episodes. I got to lock up one episode too. So I'm getting to play it at a nice pace. And then the last thing I like that one games of this genre does, and shout out to my game, As Dusk Falls. What I like about these type games is that there's so many branching paths, right? Of your decisions and stuff like that. Also, there's also these little hacking mini games, which are a little weird, but that's another story. Anyway, what I like about these games is that it will then, at the end of each chapter, compare every decision to the community and the percentages of that choice that you did, who did what. Hey, the community did not do this. 78% of players did that, and that kind of thing. So I thought that was really cool. So yeah, I'm enjoying my time with Dispatch, man. I'm gonna take like one episode. It's like my go to bed game, one or two episodes a night, and I'll just slowly, rock out with it. But yeah, I've been really enjoying Dispatch right now.
Yeah, I like playing episodic games like that too. You do like one a day, or maybe you squeeze in a second one. Yeah, that's how I always played the Life is Strange games. Was like one a day. Yeah exactly. Dispatch is on my list to play. Like you were saying, Ian, I got to get to it at some point. It looks so good.
So good.
Yeah, we'll get you into anime someday, Cog. When Road to Australia or something for PAX Australia.
Yeah, they're gonna get me. I will say though, I like y'all Demon Slayer. I like that one. I like that. And the other one, the leveling one. Solo leveling is good. I like that. They got me on. I got to finish a Patreon responsibility to that one. But
we got to get you to watch Avatar: The Last Airbender. I know we've talked about that one before, and you've heard that one.
Yep.
That one.
I've heard
that
good things.
Special.
Yeah, okay.
That's special.
How many? Like 2,000 episodes? How many episodes?
Like 61.
Okay.
Or 59.
None of that.
Sometimes
One Piece. One Piece is the 1,000 you're thinking of.
Yeah, One Piece is the All right. No, Avatar is American made. It's it's an American style. It's when it was on, it was like people would refer to it as like American anime because it had all those tropes, but it was made by Nickelodeon.
Oh wow.
Nickelodeon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Really, really quality, and they're actually like re-exploring that series now. So we got to get you to watch that sometime because they just released a new movie in this franchise for the first time in a really long time. Yeah,
nice,
great stuff. Yeah, so I'll take the next one.
Sure.
I've been playing just before we started recording this. I was playing a little bit of Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes because I'm trying to get back into that. I want to get that done before the Fire Emblem game comes out. But I don't have much more to say on that than I had before. It's a Warriors game and it's a Fire Emblem game, and they mashed them together somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Dynasty Warriors? I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a Musou, yeah. It's cool. It's a cool game. It's not anything really special at the moment because it's so... It just is what it is. If you know what a Musou is, if you know how Warriors games play, that's what it plays like. And but I want to talk a little bit more about actually is Genshin Impact. So Genshin Impact, do you guys ever play Genshin? You ever do Genshin Impact at all?
I briefly played it at a ROG Ally, the debut of the ROG Ally. They had it as a test game. That's the only time, and again, I don't consider me playing it. It's just more of a performance based. Let's see how this looks. And I'm like, wow, this looks amazing. But talk to us.
Yeah, so I've played Genshin every day since it came out. I've played it no matter what. I've always done my dailies. I've done it when I was sick. I did it remote playing into my PlayStation before they offered a mobile version where you could share your account. I played it from the hotel room in Turkey when I had a hair transplant. Like I have always played Genshin every day, got my dailies done. Nice. So this is update 7.0, and I talked about it a little bit last week because I was into it then. I finally finished 7.0. They released the last of the major nations in the world, Snezhnaya. It's really, really cool. They have added so many new mechanics to this game in this one patch. It's usually like an action combat. You swing your sword, you use your fireballs, whatever it is. They added a third-person shooter mode. It's now a third-person shooter in segments. And the funniest part is there are videos going around online of people who play Genshin all the time, and they are not able to play this third person section because they're so casual and so in the games they play, like this is what they play, auto targeting, swing your sword, easy to do stuff. Mm-hmm. And now that they actually have to use the thumbsticks to aim the shooting, to aim the guns, they just can't do it. It's so funny to watch.
I love that. That's a different skill set. Yeah,
it is a different skill set, but it's a really cool addition because it's a really nice, refreshing change of pace from the game where the combat was always like my least favorite thing in the game because it's so straightforward. It's just tap your circle button and swing your sword, and you learn your new characters and get their new abilities, and you try to mash all of the different elemental skills and things that happen, and that can be entertaining, but it does grow tiring. And so this was just a nice change of pace to change it up. And I got to talk about this story here because the game's story is so wild. I went from we're entering a new country and it's cold and we got to figure out where we are to there are ghosts in a theater and we have to figure out who's dead and resolve the how did we get here? Why are there ghosts in this theater now? And I'm just like, this game is wild. I mean, I don't want to spoil too much for people. I don't think anyone who listens to this knows anything about Genshin or cares about Genshin. So all I'll say is at one point you end up having a duel in a cutscene with the ruler of death. Like that's literally who she is. She is the ruler of death.
The ruler of death. Okay.
Not death.
Not death. The ruler. Death had to. Death reports to this person.
This is a weird. Yeah, this is weird.
Okay.
Yeah, she has many titles. They call her the Grim Reaper. Sometimes they just call her Death, but her actual proper thing is she is the ruler of death.
Interesting.
And you fight her, and she makes you mad. And when you make the Traveler mad, you're done. You're done for it because the Traveler will go toe to toe with the gods for for fun when she's mad at something. It's like the animation in this game is so well done. And the worst part of this game is that it's a gacha game. Like that is the worst part, that these characters are gacha characters. So if you want them, you have to spin and pay money. And honestly, like I have a fair number of the characters.
We know that, Lifey.
Yeah. No, I was no, I barely bought anything on the Destiny store. I think might have spent $20-$30 over the years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I control to be.
I basically
don't care. I just don't care.
I was a WoW player, like I said, so I paid $15 a month for WoW forever, for a really long time, and that's kind of just what this has become. Is I give them $15 every month to get the gems and whatnot, so that when I do have characters that I want, I don't need to go and invest $1,000 at a time to get a character. I can just slowly every month give them a little bit, because I get so much enjoyment out of playing it that I give them the little bit of money every month to play the game, and then it adds up because I don't go after everyone, because there are people who go after every
single
yeah. So this just new update is so cool. I'm so glad that I got through this story. I think I'm finally at a point where I can put it to the side and just go back to dailies and try and play other things. And I had to pause Black Flag resynced for basic reincarnation, and same with pausing Fire Emblem. So I'm gonna do my dailies a little bit, maybe a little exploration in Genshin and in this new zone, because it's cool. They added now you can build ice structures that that boost you in the air or make you move faster or keep you warm, and they've got story quests and treasure chests to explore and all these things that they do such a good job supporting this game. And it's all free if you really want it to be. Like, you don't have to pay anything. It's a free to play game. You get gems, like Primo Gems is the currency if you really want characters, playing the game enough to get a character every so often if you don't want to invest real money. It's a good game. I love Genshin Impact so much, and I'm glad. I was a year behind on content. I completely did nothing for them for a year, and I played nothing but Genshin for the last 3 weeks to catch up on it. Like, that's the kind of cadence they have. Yeah, I did. I locked in for sure. So we'll go back to you guys for your other games. You each have like one more thing it looks like to talk about here. So E, you're playing Pal World 1.0?
I was playing that up until Mortal Shell, but yeah, Pal World 1.0, it came out. Man, I will tell you, like, this is obviously Nintendo is not a fan of this game, but with good reason, because with 1.0, the stuff that they built, the world that you can make, the bases, the exploration, the way you can interact with the pals, and it's just kind of one of those things that's an impressive feat. One, for the legal battles that they've won. I'm glad it still exists. I really am, because it's like the concept of having all of these pals that do different things, but the way they have so many different pieces thought of, and then now there's research at your base, so everything goes there's always something to work on. It's kind of one of those. And then they've even got the end game area with like the world tree that you can go into, and they fully fleshed out everything, and I enjoyed playing through it, made some decent content on it.
Nice.
And it was honestly one of those that if you haven't played it now at 1.0, it is in a pretty good state to check out, and it's just a fun world to goof around in, from getting your first little base set up to making some big mansion monstrosity and getting your first flying amount around the world. And it's a fun world to get lost in. And it's honestly one of those things that the functionality of all the pals is so unique and different, and like having all of them as mounts and all of the stuff that they can do. It's what you would hope Pokemon could ever truly like kind of aspire to reach that level of interaction and fidelity and creativity that they haven't in a while. I mean, it's one of those that when you look at just a slightly different take, you're like, come on, guys. I mean, in Game Freak did Beast of Reincarnation, which only got so-so reviews and stuff, and I still need to actually play that one, but...
I gave it a 7.5. It was good.
That's what I keep hearing. It was like 7-ish, somewhere in that realm.
Attic loves it.
Yeah, it's one of those where I've heard like the story and dialogue is kind of painful. The combat can be pretty cool. Yeah. Exploration is not rewarding. I've heard like, so it's kind of for every up, there's a down, that kind of thing. So it's that kind of thing. But I mean, just for a fun, survival crafting game, man, if that's your genre, there's a lot of game in here now, and with 1.0, it's all there. Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah. I had a good time.
I heard Ty Guy Travis talk about it a lot on some shows. He enjoys that game.
Yeah. And then I can't say much more, but basically I got to see some behind the scenes stuff on Onimusha. I got to do a little kind of creator viewing thing, and all I can say is what I saw looks cool. Even more excited than I was for Onimusha. And yeah, just the hypes.
Keep your eyes tuned to Ebontis' channel.
I don't know if I'll get a chance to review it timing wise. It probably works because I got something else I'm reviewing that I can't talk about right now by the time that comes. So hopefully it works out.
No doubt. Cool. No doubt. Yeah.
All right. And Cog, you got one more here, it looks like.
Yeah, my guilty pleasure. Football season is upon us, and preseason, I'm all dined in. And look, I've been on record for being the biggest Madden slanderer because I used to love Madden with all my heart. I used to do. Like, I was the guy that would play Madden every year. I was there since the Genesis days. Yellow cartridge, tab on the side, EA, when it was John Madden football as opposed to, it's in the game, EA football type stuff. So look, they've, unfortunately, I felt since NFL 2K5 and they lost the battle to EA, then EA got the rights to the NFL license.
NFL 2K5, that had the first person because I played it too, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I remember that, man.
Transformative. That is the pinnacle of what football games could be. And then they had the $20 price point. Madden and EA were scrambling, and they were like, we have to destroy them. I interviewed the great Mike Reinhart, who worked for 2K and Visual Concepts at that time, and the strategy they did to take it to Madden and dethrone Madden. And this is what they did. And that's what Madden scrambled, trying to put their game was $20. Oh my God. That's the beauty of when competition is good and it's necessary to push both companies. So since then, I just had fallen out of love with Madden. I just felt it was just cash grabs, just repetitive, very minimal features. And, I'm a person that's big on interaction, offensive line, defensive line interaction, wide receiver, cornerback interaction. And I love those animations to show how the matchup is won. Also versus the player rating. I'm a simulation-based sports guy. So, I've been away, and I shout out, full disclosure, EA must have heard my slander and reached out and was like, hey, we want you to try the new one and Chinese 7. Right. What I will say off top, ditching past gen, good Lord, one of the best decisions they made. So that's off the game. Looks graphically amazing. Now, I am not a college football guy, but what I could say is that they took everything they learned from college football as far as ambiance. Being you a Niners fans, when you go, you watch the game, the horn, you know what I'm saying? You got the mascot coming out, the 40 minor, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. The sounds, like when you hear Brock Purdy and 13, oh, that's Brock. I'm like, oh my God, like they've got it's such, the presentation and the graphical is so beautiful. I'm like, God, this looks amazing. So just off that, so they got the visual candy, but they actually did the work with the simulation style. And I must admit, man, really, really good. I'm living my best life on games for playing. I've seen different things, different animation, sounds, presentation, gameplay is there. And so far, my only nitpicks is the coach suggestion stuff. Sometimes the AI is a little off, so you still want to pick your own plays for certain things. And the other thing I would say is that they still suck when it comes to halftime shows, and they God. 2K5
don't even
still
try.
Beating them at halftime show. Like that's ridiculous. A game, however old it is still. And the only thing also at the end of the game is just so deflating. There's no highlights. There's no, hey, I did this with Mike Evans or Purdy. Like where's the
that's lame.
Like how you just end the show? It's just so abrupt. Stats. I'm like, what? Like, don't do that to me. So they got to work on that. Their presentation on that level, and it sucks because the game in game is phenomenal. So yeah, I got the fever. Fantasy football is here, and then obviously, I will say this as a Niner fan. Oh boy, I'm getting hyped for a boy. Deshaun Stripling, bro. Have you been paying attention? You ever paying attention? Oh yeah. I think we got something. We may have. And it's basically, I'm getting to live my preseason stuff right now. So I'm living my best life. He's like, I ain't been paying attention to that. I'll wait till the season starts.
Honestly, it's kind of one of those things. I even see right now, it's like preseason's going. I'm like, it doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Second string's playing.
Yeah. This is more.
I'm not into it yet.
I'm in the deep cut. Who's going to make the team? Football's my favorite sport. So I love the battles. Who's going to win out? That kind of stuff. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your love of football, Cog, even though I see maybe 2 football matches in my entire life. So I'm glad that you have something that you love. I'm a soccer guy.
The real football.
So, yeah. Well, and anything you want to add on anything else?
I'll just really quick from an NBA standpoint. The one game I can mention is I'm playing the Gears campaign preview. So I'm playing that, and then more to come. You know what I'm saying, on Lords of Gaming, and then
keep an eye out on
and Define Duke. And Define Duke. And something might be happening special. Give you exclusive in Germany with Define Duke. So stay tuned.
All right. Yeah. Well, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. So we're running low on time here. So our wild card topic, just really quick, is just something I wanted to discuss because I was curious. What are your favorite games that you watch other people play, streamers, friends, or something like that? So just to give you the example for me that came to my mind is I love watching people play Baldur's Gate 3, and I love watching people play Dragon Age games. I can watch people play Dragon Age and Baldur's Gate over and over and over. I do. One of my favorite streamers is an acquaintance of mine who is she focuses primarily on Dragon Age. She's a Dragon Age content creator named Gilder Thalin, Katie. And she is like a Dragon Age lore channel, and she streams on Codex Added. And I just love watching her. She's doing Baldur's Gate for the first time, and I'm like helping her out constantly. I'm like the responsible one guiding her into like the things because other people try to make her cause chaos, and like she lost an eye because she listened to someone.
That's crazy.
I was like, Katie, you shouldn't have listened to that person.
That's hilarious.
So it is. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's good stuff like that. So just quickly for you guys, anyone you guys like to watch or any games you guys like to watch? And if you don't, why not?
Yeah, I guess I'll start. First, because I'm so tied to the fighting game community, I love actually the Evo championship matches. Obviously I come from Tekken. Tekken's my heart. So again, I'm decent at Tekken, but I like to see what the character's true potential are in the hands of the masters, the experts. So those guys are super talented. So Evo, I would say fighting games, specifically Tekken, Street Fighter, those guys, just to see the championship matches. And I love the intensity of it. And then the second would probably be, you would be surprised by this, is like I did like watching day one the Raiders, when it comes to in Destiny to see, remember like Last Wish and see it,
Race to World First.
World's First, like who did it, what's the strats, and just the joy. I'll never forget, seeing the Last Wish, specifically that raid. I forgot what team that was. It took so long for everyone to beat, and they ended up pulling it off. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Because raiding in Destiny was like similar to you, Joe, with WoW. Like that was some of my favorite content. And I just, the 6-player cooperative thing, it made me addicted to the game at the time. So yeah, I would say those are the two that I don't mind watching.
Cool. E, anything for you? Do you watch anyone play games? Anything you like?
Oh, I mean, Fallout's always a good watch. He's pretty funny. Honestly, anybody that I've actually either interacted with or met, I like watching them play Souls just to kind of watch everybody's different play styles, what their builds are, what they're using, that kind of type of stuff. So like whether it's fighting Cowboy or Watts or kind of a few people like that. Glad's always interesting if he's in a Souls because he's pretty crazy too. So there's a few, but I mean, it's just kind of, it's really fun to actually like get a chance to review a Souls, and then like streamers, they always do it on launch because they want to stream it with everybody. So it's like to see everything be like, it's always kind of fun to just check in and see where people are at. I like that.
Yeah. Cog, I wanted to tell you really quick before we close out here. There's a streamer that you may be interested in, and you're tight with the Warhorse guys, right? Like the Warhorse people. Absolutely. There's a guy named Dr. Mick. Okay. He streams game sessions with a therapist, and he's currently streaming Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And what he's doing in like 1.5 hour, 2 hour bursts, and he goes and he's a licensed marriage and family therapist, and he goes through and analyzes everything in like extreme depth of like how real world applications of like it would apply to this game and how this game can teach you things about the real world, and like he is very good at what he does. And if you might want to point those Warhorse guys to his playthrough, because he's loving this game. He's loving everything about this game.
The authenticity is ridiculous too. Oh, King Love 2 with the therapist, good. Part 13. Okay, I'll see his channel now. Okay.
Yeah, he did. I watched his playthrough last year of Expedition 33 as well. That was really fun to see Claire Obscure do it. Yeah, great streamer. There is an individual recommendation for you guys, and because I know you love Kingdom Come and Warhorse and all that, this is great. So I would recommend checking that out there.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do this week. We are just at time here, so I'm going to run through the upcoming games and let Cog get out of here because he's got to get to the other side of the pond, as it were. So this week we have, I talk about upcoming games just for things that we're interested in. If there's anything you guys want to add, you can feel free. But so we have the early access for 1666 Amsterdam coming to PC on August 25th. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 comes to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on August 25th. Brigandine Abyss comes to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2 on August 26th. Resonance of Plague Tale Legacy comes to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC on August 27th. Star Wars Zero Company, COG Lore Turn-Based, comes to PlayStation, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on August 27th. Elden Ring Target Edition for over there comes to Switch 2 on August 28th.
I already beat it. I don't need to beat it again right now.
He's ready to go back in.
Yeah. So, and then we've got coming up a little bit later, Blood of the Dawnwalker and Onimusha coming out, and Way of the Sword coming out September 3rd and September 4th. So that's a little bit further out, but not too much. I'm excited for those games.
That's wild. Aliens, Resonance, Star Wars, Blood of the Dawnwalker, Onimusha. That's a week. That's 1 week. That's not fair.
Yeah, this is the byproduct of running from GTA, and now it all piled up on top of each other. August and September.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And this is on account of some people moving off the 24th, which was already quadruple stacked.
It's too much. Crazy. It's too much. But all right, well, I'll let you guys do some self-promotion here. Cog, over to you first. Where can people find you? What do you got coming up?
Before we even do all that, man, shout out to you, Joe. And again, being in the realm of the cross-generation, you know what I'm saying? Much love, long overdue, and appreciate coming through. And then you got...
I'll have to join you in the realm.
Absolutely. We got to bring you in. We definitely got to bring you in the Lord.
Realm of the Lord.
Absolutely. We got to bring you in, man. Definitely talk. I want to get some legal stuff too, talk with you. You know what I'm saying? Which would be fun. Yeah. So salute to you on that. And obviously, we got E in the building, so it's always good to get reunite with my bro. But man, like I said, it's just been really cool. A lot of stuff going on. If those who don't know, obviously, if your first time experiencing or interacting, seeing me is at Lord Cognito on socials, Twitter, Blue Sky, all that stuff. Iron Lord's podcast every Sunday's the Lord's Day, 1 p.m. Eastern.
I don't believe anybody doesn't know you. If you went to SCF with this guy, literally walk in a room, he knows somebody. Everybody knows this guy. Networking man is off the chart. He put all of his skill points into that. It's crazy.
The skill points in
I'm not kidding. Like it's funny.
Skill points all on networking.
There's not a room you would did not walk into somewhere with SGF and you didn't.
I appreciate
That's true.
It was good to see both of you at SGF. Actually, it was really cool. You know what I'm saying? I got my drinks with Joe. We got to hang out. You know what I'm saying? That was super cool. But yeah, man, on socials, and then obviously Defining Duke, Mr. Manny Plays, and all that stuff. And also I want to shout out Insider Gaming on Lords After Dark, man. It's a fun single topic show where we a little bit more less reserved, you know what I'm saying, kind of there, but it's a fun show, and I want to shout that out as well. I'm also looking for guests on that as well, so maybe hitting both.
Anytime, hit me up.
So that's pretty much it.
I was like, I'm not doing anything.
All right, fair enough. Now it's a little late on a Friday.
I do stuff, but I work from home.
Long as y'all give me if y'all could do like a 9 p.m. Eastern on a Friday, that's kind. It's late.
You just gotta get. You
it's
can't
late.
do
that's
quite.
It's like that's when I wake up.
That's 8 p.m.
Fair. But
it's not late. You just got to make sure I haven't gone to dinner. Sure. But if I'm home,
all right, fair enough. Yeah, because I'll hit you guys up, man. It's fun. A single topic show, a lot of fun, man. But yeah, again, shout out to you, Jeff, for having me in it.
No, appreciate it. Thank you for coming. Mr. Ebontis, where can people find you? What do you got coming up? Anything you want to promote?
So got reviews and guides coming up for what I can't talk about, but I am currently playing, amongst other things that are going to be coming over the next few months. A lot of games I'm looking forward to. You mentioned half of them, and there's the other half that everybody probably knows about. It's Ebontis everywhere. It's Ebontis. If you see the cheetah, you found me. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Blue Sky. Doesn't matter. I'm on everything. So one way or another, if you see me, that's me.
Awesome. And you can find me on Twitter/X at Joseph_Law_Russa. My writings at Season Gaming as Joe LaRussa. Obviously, we love the Season Gaming crew. and working over there. That's how I got to Summer Game Fest and got to meet these fine gentlemen out there. That was really fun. Had a great time with that. I don't have anything to promote right now. My Beast of Reincarnation review, I was pretty proud of it because it was my first like difficult game that I played in a while like that. So I made it through by embargo. I was really happy.
Nice.
So that was cool. But that's it. Well, everyone, thank you so much for listening to the show. Remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share it out if you can. All any promotion helps. We want to just try and grow. We really enjoy doing this, and we like having guests on when we can. And Byron will be back next week. So if you missed him, look forward to his return. And remember, whether it's your gen, my gen, or someone else's, friends can be cross-generation. Take care, all.